Well, the McDeer ankles are down. I'm feeling full. I think we're ready to get rolling.
The McWhat?
So. McDeer ankles.
They tasted like deer ankles. I didn't want them.
I think Burger King was selling nuggets for like 20 for like $5. And someone made a tweet. It was like, these got to be made out of deer ankles. So now I just call any like chicken nuggets deer ankles.
Yeah, you know, it just doesn't bother me that they're made out of the pink sludge.
Yeah.
That was supposed to deter me as a kid or whatever. That looked
You saw
delicious.
that and you're like, bet you don't want fast food anymore. Nah, bitch, give me that.
Yeah, I want it.
Yeah, that makes me want it more.
Yeah.
Dude, I think so. We got a little update recently from our boy Mac about what we started the pod with last week and the woman's situation. So why don't you fill us in on what happened?
Yeah, long story short, she was not, in fact, real, as I expected, as probably you all at home expected. She was not, in fact, real. I didn't really divulge the whole story last time because I wanted to just hold a little bit just in case, but we're not doing that anymore.
Spilling the beans.
Turns out it was a viewer. No, I'm just
Turns
Might
out
be.
I was right. We'll get into that in a
So
second.
it was me.
If you don't remember.
It was me. I was trying to get pictures of Carson's. Anyway, one.
All right, so
Bird.
So basically, as I mentioned last time, it was just a very weird set of text messages, and any pictures that were sent to me were cropped very strangely. Like they were, I think I explained it as being like screenshotted from an Instagram story. Like the border was kind of weird, and like it's like you take a picture and add it to your Instagram story, but you move it around so like the borders, you know, are different sizes, or different widths on, you know, different sizes. And then I started getting unsolicited, let's just say explicit pictures,
Photos
that I did not ask for at all, nor did I want at all. So then at that point I knew it's like, okay, this is
are those boobs, dude?
Whoa!
No,
Disgusting.
Ew. Oh
Gross.
my god!
no, get out.
I hate boobs, dude.
That's what I said. And so I knew right then that this was not in no way a real person.
Mm-hmm.
But I was bored. I wasn't doing anything else. So I was like, you know what? I'll go along with this. It's like, I'm not going to divulge any of my information or, you know, go along with any requests. So like I was asked to send some pictures in return. Of course I did not, because I'm not a bozo. So then a few days later, I received a series of 4 text messages in 2 minutes. I will read them for you right now and see how many of the times the word son is
Well,
mentioned.
I'll take a sip from my beer every time you say the word son.
All right. Carson, son, this is a girl's name. Name's father, and you have 5 minutes to
Can we call her Bungus?
Yes, all right. Carson's son, this is Bungus's father, and you have 5 minutes to call and tell me what this is in my daughter's phone. My daughter is a minor, son.
Called it.
Either you talk to me like a man, or I'm going to the law enforcement, and I'm going to the law enforcement and file a warrant for solicitation of a minor. My wife is extremely upset, son. The choice is yours, and I won't say it anymore. And then this next text, I've already spoken to the investigator. My daughter is in the hospital, son. That text was sent twice. What's the deal? Why does it matter to me if she's in the hospital?
Why is she in the hospital? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, I was going to say, what put Bungus into urgent care?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
who knows?
yeah.
Distress.
Yeah, distress. And then also the last message, I'm also contacting your job to let them know you like minor children.
Nice.
Her profile age was 25. It was never discussed how old she was, because you assume, I mean, obviously when it's fake, you just assume it's some guy.
Bungus turned out not to be real.
Yeah, so as expected, but that text was fun. It was fun to...
A classic scam,
It was,
son.
Yeah, and they didn't text me after that. Like, they didn't do any more threats. I was like, oh, okay. And
No,
it's like,
the jig's up.
yeah, kind of an interesting scam performance. I mean, because it's like I had a little belief for a while that maybe this is a real person. Probably not, but maybe. And then, threatening enough message. Not really, but.
What you should have done is get the father's contact information and then sent him pictures of you naked.
Well, you know what I did do? The night after, I went online and I signed up to
witness protection program.
I signed up for as many insurance quotes as I could using that phone number.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
dude.
nice.
I like that. That's really nice.
I use this email that I have never opened. I feel like I should open it up to see how many like insurance quote emails I got, so I can see how many like text messages or phones.
And my ex-girlfriend told me she would use her mom's email whenever she went to the store and they like wanted like to get an email to sign up for something. She's just always giving her mom's. So she just signed up for a bunch of stuff.
Dude, okay, I'm not going to lie. I've learned that signing up, as annoying as it is so worth it. You get so much free stuff, like in any hotels, stores. Yeah, right? Like it's annoying to get all the texts and offers, but it kind of is worth it.
I never use them, so it's definitely not worth it for me.
Some are worth it, some aren't. Like you mentioned, hotels are definitely a must do.
Absolutely.
I just went to the Lego store this weekend. They finally got me. I've been to the Lego store a few times. They finally got me. I purchased a big item. But then I went in afterwards and I was like, okay, sure, I'll put my phone in. And I did this like at home after I was, and I was like, okay, sure, maybe I'll reap the reward someday. I don't know. I haven't bought a Lego set in a long time.
I've been getting more into Legos recently, and I bought the biggest set I've ever bought, and it was like $200. But I think back in the day that would be maybe equivalent price to like what my big ones were back then. But who knows for sure? But I definitely want to get some more big ones. I love Legos so much.
They should make a Lego of a Lego. You know, like a Lego piece.
I think they might have. I mean, someone's done that. Yeah. Maybe not Lego, but someone's definitely done that.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
All right, let's kick it off.
All right, greetings and welcome to episode 5 of the Mick Mac Joe podcast. Mick, Joe, how we doing?
We're doing so good. The sun's out. The weather's nice. I'm feeling just fantastic. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I feel good, man.
Doing good. Been feeling pretty good. It's getting warmer out. Sun's still out tonight. It's very good.
Could you quit stealing my flow, like literally bar for bar? Like find your own wave.
I was about to transition into this beer I'm drinking right here. It's a Kirkland brand lager, courtesy of Mac, not Schmike's Printing, but we appreciate the beers.
Shout out Schmike's Printing. Let me see the can.
It's a pretty nice can, and it really reminds me of a Miller High Life. It's got a very similar taste. The can looks very similar too.
Looks just like
except it's got a little more red on it. But yeah, it's a nice can.
My favorite part is it just says lager.
I know. Well, Hell style lager.
I know, but
it's just so generic, like every Kirkland thing. How are you doing today, Mac?
I'm riding high. I'm on the up and up here. I got to tell you, last night I taught children's church last night, and I made a watercolor of a pineapple so good that one of the girls traded me for her watercolor of a pineapple for mine. And that that
did
just
it look like shit?
No, hers.
Yeah,
it was fine. It's what you'd expect an 11-year-old to watercolor.
Okay,
but that made me riding high. And then she told me she liked it when I taught children's church, which
that's nice.
That just made me riding high.
Incredible.
So
very nice.
You can't go wrong with that. And then you're exactly right. Just the weather is just delightful today. It's just
the sun's still up.
It's still up.
The sun.
It's just a delight. We're on the up and up.
It is. We mentioned last week, we're getting closer to that time change. We're getting closer to the spring equinox too.
Dude, I found the ultimate cheat code on how to make the time change as good as possible. So it's already amazing you get an hour of sunlight, right?
Yeah.
The key is to go to Arizona so you don't also lose the hour of sleep. And that's what I'm doing.
Cheat code right there.
Nice.
But you lose it when you come back, though.
But you're not losing the sleep. That's the key. I don't want to lose.
When you come back.
No, because
You're just delaying it.
No, because if you sleep Like, how are you disagreeing with this?
I'm disagreeing. So, like, if you go, look at it this way. If you go to Arizona and then the time change happens, right?
The time change doesn't happen there.
No, I know. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, but when you come back, it's going to be an hour earlier, everything here.
I know. So you lose an hour of awakeness, not of sleep.
Okay. So you're saying,
Idiot.
so wait. So you're saying that your hack is to go on vacation when the time change happens?
Yes. It was mainly a joke. I'm glad that you caught on to that.
Okay.
My brain's in a blender.
Yeah, me too.
Already, we're like,
Okay, holy fuck. So when you go to sleep, when you go to sleep at 2:59, or you go to sleep and it's
2:59 a.m.
and it's 2:59
like Mick does every night.
When you go to sleep and it's 2:59 a.m., it goes to 4 a.m. You lose the hour of sleep. If you have an alarm set at 10 a.m., it still goes off at 10 a.m., so you lose that hour of sleep. When you're awake and you lose the hour traveling, you know that happens. When you're sleeping, you lose that hour of sleep.
Okay, yeah, but I feel like when you go to you're going to still feel awake. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, okay, so it's going to be like
Everyone
11 o'clock when it's
like,
actually...
that's sick.
So it's 10... Okay, yeah, but when you come back is what I'm saying.
I understand.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. You're just delaying the time change.
Not while I'm sleeping. Can we cut this?
No, I'm not cutting this.
We're not cutting
Do you
this.
really not understand?
No, I get it.
I don't think you do.
No, but I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I know how fucking time change works and shit.
Yeah, the time change happens. Yeah, you lose that hour of sleep. I get what you're saying, but if you go to bed an hour earlier, then you don't lose it. Same thing.
Yeah, but...
Dude.
Yes.
Let's agree to disagree and move on from that.
I guess we'll get votes from the people listening. Joe is...
Are you gonna beg people to take your side again? And that's gonna segue us right into last week's votes for the Chili Peppers pod. So let me pull that up real quick for you guys. And thank you for those who listened. Thank you to those who voted. We do really appreciate it. Little fun fact though, Mick posted on his story a video of him just begging people to vote for him. He was begging for it,
I think he paid out some cash,
and it worked. It worked. He won. Not only did he get a vote, but he got the most votes.
I fucking donkey throttled
He
you
got
fucking losers.
16 total votes, the most votes on anyone.
How many?
16.
Whoa,
8 of
really?
those votes for Mick. And fun fact, 8 votes for Mick is more votes than we've gotten on a singular poll before. So, calling in the troops, I guess, works. Second place was Logan, though, with 4 votes. And then me and Max with the last 2. We got 2 each. Got a little tie there. So
Right. Also, if you vote for me in this draft and send confirmation, I'll give you all $100. That's not true.
I don't have the backing for that.
I don't have the overhead to be able to supply shmoney to people.
Can you make a Spotify poll to see if people will agree with me or you?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. I really want to know what that
Are you going to beg people to agree with you?
This one, I don't think I'll have to. I think you are genuinely wrong on this one.
I'm the Oakland A's of buying people's drafts. I'm just not going to spend the money.
In the New York.
You're not going to exist anymore. All right. Well, enough of that. So I guess not this Saturday. A couple Saturdays from now, I'm going to go see Shane Gillis in Salt Lake. I think we mentioned that last week. So that's going to be awesome. But then this Saturday, Shane Gillis is going to be on Saturday Night Live. And I think that's going to be awesome. I'm very looking forward to that. To be honest with you, don't really know any Tate McRae songs. So don't really. I know she's like a fairly good looking woman. And that's all I really know about her. So Supa, is that a song?
No, she's just super hot. No, like some tape, like they're like what you would listen to if you went into like a department store and you had like pop going.
Dude, so I was just like calling my girlfriend on the way here, and like I could not hear a word she was saying because of how loud the background music was in the store. I'm like, I've never heard it like the store had music that fucking loud.
She's
before.
just at the club.
I could not hear it. I was like, yeah. I was like, are you like shopping at like downtown Miami or something?
It's just in a Spencer's where they have the music just pumping.
God, Spencer smells interesting.
It smells like fuck.
It smells like fuck in there. Yeah, no, dude, I love walking into Zara.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Really, I think it was a European store,
like European alt store.
Yeah, like you've got like very, very, very European clothes. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
togas and such.
Not that, not that far back.
Mediterranean.
But basically, there's this Instagram meme where it's always like someone dancing, and it's like me when I walk into Tsar, but it's true because it's like they just jam house music, and it's like, hell yeah, man. Like, I'll buy some
Sounds like one of
clothes.
my personal hells.
You would not like it, I don't think.
No. Dude, my personal hell, I saw a video of my personal hell yesterday, I think. And it was a video of a woman on a plane, and they're having mechanical issues. So, like, they couldn't take off. And then the University of Michigan
I saw this
a cappella group was on that plane, and they're like, oh, the pilot let us sing our songs on the plane while we waited. And they were doing unwritten a cappella, called it Pitch Perfect version. And dude, if I was on that plane, I might actually like kill myself. That was horrible to listen to.
I would lose my mind. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm late. I'm going to miss my meeting in fucking Chicago or whatever. I don't need 7 people who are narcissistic enough to sing be in my goddamn ear.
Who do you think you are that you just do that on, on a plane?
No one
That's
wants to
not
hear
going
you.
anywhere.
Yeah, let's talk about plane etiquette. What's okay?
that's
What's
good.
not what's not
You
okay?
know what?
on a
I'm
plane?
standing my ground on this one. What's okay is leaning your seat back. And I'm a man with very long legs. I don't give a shit if someone in front of me does that. It doesn't bother me at all. I did it the other day, and this woman behind me said, excuse me, sir, long legs back here. I was like, just pretend
You
like I
are
didn't.
lying.
I'm not. Dude, I got off the plane, later saw her. She was like 5'6" maybe. I was like, you gotta be fucking joking. I'm like, my torso's short. I'm mostly leg. I don't care if people do that, dude.
You haven't seen Joe. It literally, he doesn't have a torso. It's legs straight
I'm 6
to head.
foot 1. Well, it's probably like 5, like, what would you say? Like 5'8" leg, and then the rest is head.
Yeah.
6'1".
You look like
that.
Patrick Star from the SpongeBob movie.
Exactly. But dude, oh my God, that just pissed me off.
I didn't know that was like taboo to kick the seat back.
Apparently it is.
I'm not a fan, honestly. I don't really care. Like, so if somebody tries to recline in front of me and like it's a tight seat and like my knees are already against like the back of their seat, I'll push back a little bit. I'm just gonna like stand my ground. I'm not gonna like shove the back of their seat with my arms or anything, but you know, I usually won't recline unless someone's behind me.
You know what my big one is?
Unless the seat behind me is empty. Sorry.
You know what my big one is I'm a talkative guy. I like having, obviously we have a podcast, right? If I like have my headphones on and it's fucking 6 a.m. and I got a 4-hour flight ahead of me, please shut the fuck up. I do not care that you went to like Mexico last year with your friends. I just don't give a fuck.
Dude, I flew out here it was a little over a year ago to do my interview with the company I'm with, and there was a guy on the plane, older man, who he didn't seem like he was special needs, but something was a little off. You could tell. And he would not shut the fuck up. It was just me and him, no one between us. And he would not stop talking to me. I was like, I had my headphones and I would take them out and be like, what? I should have just left him in and like ignored him.
You'll never see this guy again. You should
I know.
absolutely should have done
I should not have been courteous like that. It was again a personal hell of mine. I hate that shit so much.
There was a lady I was on a plane with. I think it was a late night flight. I think we had gotten delayed, and I'm a window seat guy, so I had the windows. I selected the window seat, and this old Asian woman sat in my seat, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And so then I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just, and she did not know hardly a lick of English. So I was like, I think I tried, and I was like, I'm just going to sit in the aisle seat. And nobody,
wait, you were mad about the aisle seat?
I am not an aisle seat guy.
Hold on.
What?
I'll explain after.
Hold on. I'm not done. The problem is that I was trying to sleep on this plane. I was like, all right, fine, aisle seat. I was trying to sleep. And, this woman like taps me on the arm, and she, because there's nobody in between us, which I was like, okay, fine. Nobody's in between us. She taps me on the arm and like points at the TV. So she's on the back of the seat. So she's trying to get me to turn her TV off. I was like, lady, God, he's like, you can figure that out yourself. And I just had to turn the brightness down.
Yeah.
Keep going. And then not only that, it was not that long of a flight, but she had to go to the bathroom. It's like, wait, and I was asleep, and then she tapped me on the arm.
You should have taken the window seat after she got up.
Should have. I was like, lady, if you would have just sat in your assigned seat, none of this would have happened.
All right, I'm going to give a little context as to why. Like, obviously, like you said, I like to sleep on the plane. I'm a plane sleeper.
That's the
That's the only reason I like it.
Wow.
And but no, let me give some more context. If, like I said, I'm a plane sleeper, and I don't ever have to piss when I'm on the plane. I never have to use the bathroom, so I don't have to get up from the aisle seat, not bother anyone.
Piss a lot.
I'm not an airplane pisser personally. I think
neither.
I've done it once,
No.
and I was in the aisle luckily when it happened. But another thing is, here's a little more etiquette for you, and another reason why I hate the aisle. If you're in the middle seat, you automatically get both armrests. You get them. It doesn't matter. Like you are.
Are you vying for the middle seat right now?
No, I'm saying if you are in the middle seat, you get both armrests because that is the worst seat.
No, I'm with you 100%.
I'm saying, and now, if I'm in the outside, I have to like lean out the side, and there's nothing I can rest my head on because I can't use the armrest next to me. It's just, I'm just
These are bad takes.
a window seat elitist.
Joe,
you're
on a.
All right, okay, give me.
I'm pro window seat also.
Other than pissing, why do you like the aisle seat?
Okay, so you can throw your legs in the aisle.
Okay, yeah, but when like the flight attendants are coming through and you're sleeping, you want to trip them?
Well, no, but I'm saying like if you need to stretch out, that is a possibility.
I guess.
Yeah, you can just like fucking go, But hold on.
But then old Grandpa Carl comes walking down the aisle, doesn't see your foot. He trips, he smashes his head on the armrest, and you're found guilty of murder.
I didn't quite consider that. But listen, I got a funny story back to the talking. One time I was on a flight to Vegas for a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, little reference to the last episode. And this guy next to me, I was in a talkative mood. I didn't have my headphones in, so he had every right to be talking, but he was talking a little loud. And he was telling me about how he served, weirdly in like Mexico. And I want to honestly say like half of his stories were made up. Like he said that he had like got an RPG shot at him and shit.
In Mexico?
Yes.
Maybe.
And I mean, I'm not going to say if it's true or not, but the funny part of it is this guy in front of us, it was a fucking red eye. So this guy was just trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Shut the fuck up, Tony Stark. I'm trying to sleep."
I was going to say, if he's just getting shot at an RPG, like with an RPG in Mexico, I mean,
it's a normal day.
Is he just serving food instead of serving in the military?
I'm going on a vacation in Mexico in April, and let's just say I'm definitely going to be serving there as well. You know what I'm saying?
Serving looks, baby.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Call me Rangers the way I be dressing.
Oh,
my outfit is out of control. It keeps throwing fits.
Call me Tyler the way I'm throwing fits.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
Yeah.
There's one of my diabolical takes. I love ripping ass on airplanes. Because there's no way you can prove it was me.
If it was really loud, yeah, you might be able
but
to.
it's so
no, because the plane kind of goes.
It's loud.
But if you can differentiate a plane engine from someone ripping ass if it's loud.
Yeah, I mean, if you thunderously shat, but
if I could feel like my seat rumble a little more for a second and it smells bad, I think I know.
Low key, Carson, I don't like you for that.
I mean,
silent but deadly assassin.
Yeah, after a few too many at the airport bar, I mean, you can't. I just sometimes I can't help it.
Flying drunk is great. There's another piece of etiquette. Yeah. If you judge someone for drinking at any hour of the day in an airport, you're wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, dude, I always my classic when I'm on a plane is I get the double Jack and Coke, and the lady sitting next to me is like a double. And like just give me a look. I was like, mind your own business.
Yeah, lady. I will throw you out of this little window right
I don't want to be on this plane right now. All right. I don't think anyone does. So
dude, I'm like probably if you could devise a scale for anxiety, I am one tick below needing Xanax for flights. I get so anxious. I fly all the time, but I hate it. Dude, I hate it.
I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I guess it's different for everyone. Do you like when you land, you start clapping?
No,
I think that's gonna make a comeback though with all the plane accidents that happen
for sure.
Yeah. You're not guaranteed to land anymore.
Oh, you know what I fucking hate? When people stand up when the plane lands.
Oh my god! It's like you think it's gonna make us get off faster?
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you want to stand up in your seat and like kind of like throw your back around, get loose or whatever. But standing in the aisle, who do you think you are?
If I'm in an aisle I'll stand up immediately, but use that for good. I'll use my big ass that God gave me and put it in the aisle so nobody can move nobody can skip the line and try to move in front.
The only benefit I can see is like stretching, and that's it. If I have like a long ass, I've had 3-hour layovers before, and if I'm in the window seat, I'm the last person off the plane because I don't care. I got nowhere to be except the airport bar.
Right.
And it's not going anywhere. Let me just say that.
Getting drunk on a layover, like you're just randomly in Minneapolis, and you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and you can chat up people.
Right.
Like that's where I land on the talking to people on a plane. I'll sit and talk to old people all day, and I don't mind talking to old people on the plane.
I do.
But like you meet everybody else. Like I do most of my talking at the airport bar. Like if I'm going to talk,
I will talk to people there, but only after I've had 3 to 4 beers.
Yeah, it takes me a while to even talk to any woman.
68 beers.
68 beers. I'll say, hey, what's up? I won't even say hi to the bartender before that.
What do you do for work?
I'll just point at a tap and be like, give me that one.
Write it on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Well, the easy question is to any person at the airport bar, just sitting there, where are you headed? And then
there you go.
From there.
Boom.
That's
a layup.
Easy.
Yeah.
Just get that. Well,
it's like, I've been there.
One of our good friends, Kate, was coming home, and he had a few too many at the airport bar.
Oh, yeah.
Made it on the plane, asked for a doggy bag, yacked, and then came home and had to have one of our friends pick him up from the airport and drive him home because he got too drunk at the airport bar.
I thought I was going to have to pick him up after my beer league game, but
thankfully
one of our other friends,
our savior from last week, Logan.
Yeah,
Logan Reichel.
What a guy! What a guy!
What a guy!
We've been going for a little bit. I think we can hop into one of our segments. We want to start with the draft.
Yeah, let's do a draft.
Yeah,
do a draft. Carson came up with the topic this week.
I did. I come up with the topic this week, and our topic this week is things that will ruin your day.
And let me say,
worst is first.
I got quite a list here.
Joe put in some work this afternoon.
I got enough to where I could just pick any one of these. And I got a few that won't ruin your day. They're just mildly annoying. So those are going to be honorable mentions, hopefully. Well, we'll see. But
yeah, I've only got 7 on my list, and I think there's definitely going to be some overlap. So I think I'm going to have to be thinking on the fly come towards the end of this draft.
We'll see. All right. I think my number one, this will ruin my day any day. And the worse it is, the worse my day is. And that's car troubles.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
anywhere from a flat tire to like, shit won't even run anymore. That will ruin your day, especially when you take it to the shop and you find out the financial burden that you got to take on.
Yeah, that's bad.
So number one for me, car troubles.
Yeah, that's a great one because, your day's thrown off and then you got to pay money.
You're banking on it being there, right?
Yeah.
You're banking on that problem not existing.
Yep, and there it goes. Mick, go ahead.
I'm going to go with getting shot in the leg 56 times.
Dang. Shot was my number one.
56 times? You can do 57.
No, I'll take it. I know the trope. I know what we're doing here.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I like that. That's a good one.
I'm gonna make joke number 2. Losing an hour's sleep due to daylight savings.
Just ruins your day if you're Mick.
Okay, but seriously.
I thought it was actually your pick.
No. But it is sleep oriented because I love my sleep.
Same.
Say you have an alarm set at 6:15, waking up at like 5:58.
Oh, that's been happening to me a lot recently, where it's just like 20 minutes before my alarm goes off. So like I can go back to sleep, I'll fall asleep, but I'm not going to get any rest from it.
Exactly. Yeah. One of those, like waking up a very marginal amount of time before your alarm goes off. So it's not enough to get that sick sleep, but also like, you're going to go back to sleep and then wake up groggy. So that's my pick.
Oh, well, that leaves my pick. I just said I was going to take. It's getting shot.
Really are going to do that.
Yeah.
He was not memeing.
No, getting shot will absolutely ruin your day. It hurts, I feel like. I've never been shot before, but
I can only imagine.
I can imagine it hurts. You probably have to go to the hospital. If you got shot, that means somebody's after you. So, I mean, that's probably not great.
Right. Well, why would you have been shot? Honestly.
Armed robbery.
Is it because of bungus?
Finding him, I was going to say, receiving explicit photos from a minor.
Yeah.
A minor. Sorry.
For receiving explicit pictures from bungus.
From bungus. Yeah, so that's my number one. Getting shot. I mean, there's just a bunch of things that can go wrong there. I mean, it just, and your day's not going to be the same. I guess I got to go right back into one here. I'm gonna say, you spend, say you're on a week, you're on a day off, you got the weekend, you spend some good quality time making some food, right? And it's a great meal for one or two or however many you've got, and you're just so excited to eat this meal. And as you're walking between different parts of the kitchen, either your dog gets in the way, the kid gets in the way, or you just klutz it up and you just dump that food on the floor.
Oh, that does
terrible
feeling. You dump it on the floor. So dumping food on the floor that you just made is my number 2.
That's a good pick.
And then you got to resort to like a frozen pizza or DoorDash or go somewhere else. I mean, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. And you were just looking forward to that good food that you've been making all day.
I got another sleep related one because everyone here knows how much I value my sleep, but it's on the other end of waking up before your alarm. It is sleeping past your alarm.
Oh, brutal.
Sleeping in, missing whatever event you had going on. Because even if you show up like 20 minutes late to work, you're fucking like frazzled, right? Like you're not in your element.
Yeah, I was an hour late to work the other day because I slept past my alarm.
Yeah, like people, like you think everyone's mad at you. You're all antsy all day.
It was a bad day.
Exactly. It'll ruin your fucking day.
I got lucky this morning. I forgot to set my alarm this morning. And luckily I went to bed early enough, and I woke up I set my alarm for my first alarm to go off at 4:15. I woke up at 4:58 this morning, so I got lucky.
Oh wow!
I was able to get dressed and go. I had to skip a shower. I was able to shower at work after work, but I got lucky today.
Nice, Mick. I'm going to riff off you a little bit there. One time I had my alarm. It was really early in the morning. I turned it off. And I slept through it, and I wake up, and I looked at the clock, and I had 10 minutes to get to the airport before my flight took off.
Oh, did you miss it?
I missed my flight, and what's going to ruin your day? Missing a flight.
Yeah,
I had to buy I bought a one-way trip to where I was going, and I had to call them because they canceled my flight back because I wasn't on the flight there. I called them. They were able to give me that back, but I had to pay for a one-way ticket there. So missing a flight fucked that day up.
That's brutal.
It was terrible. Because I was supposed to get there around 11 a.m. I got there at 11 p.m. instead too. So it was just not a good day.
Oh man, that's a great call.
All right, my third pick. So this is going to be something when it happens earlier in the day and you just notice it all day, getting something stuck in your teeth and you just cannot get it out. Yeah. And I'm going to say, especially if it was like you're eating popcorn, you get one of those little shell kernels in there.
Dude.
Oh, man.
And it's just stuck.
Beef
you cannot
jerky's
dislodge
also
it. Beef jerky,
yeah.
Then you like steak too. Like you just cannot get it out. And that you're just always picking at your tongue. Then your tongue gets a little raw and just hurts. And everything's inflamed.
That it's like obviously someone pointing and it's looking in the wrong direction. And it's like my tongue trying to show my fingers where the food is.
Exactly, dude. Yes. All right, Mick, back to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with I've been doing a lot of early morning things, and maybe that shows, maybe this is like a psychology test. What ruins your day? Does it happen before everything happens or after? But because mine are all dealing with the beginning part of the day. I'm gonna go towards the end part of the day. Having an event get canceled.
Oh, that was one of mine.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Well, because like a lot of people, they see an event get canceled. Sometimes they're not looking forward to it. They're happy. Mine was specifically like one you're looking forward to. Yeah. But yes,
I was gonna go deeper into it. I was gonna say like a date.
Oh,
like a date cancels on you.
That'd be horrible.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like you're looking forward to it all day. They get to it, and then you feel shitty, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't want them to do that. And then you don't have anything planned for that night because you told everyone, hey, fuck off. I got this event going on. So it's a bad deal all around.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. My number 3 pick, I'm gonna go with your house burning down. I mean, that's just gonna ruin.
God, that would
ruin
be
absolutely.
I mean, all your shit's gone.
But that insurance check though
from the General, baby.
Sponsored by General and the Popeyes Don Julio collab.
Yeah, nice. Don and Popeyes.
Ruin your day finding out the Don Julio's Popeyes collab is sold out.
But yeah, I mean, house fire. There's not a lot to explain there. Your house burning down. you had a place to sleep and now you don't. You have to go to a hotel. And that's,
It's not good.
it's that going to a hotel adds insult to injury there. I mean, you already lost everything you own. Now you have to go sleep at a Motel 6.
Man, that's, yeah.
All right.
Gross.
And then another tragic one we'll have is your dog getting hit by a car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, if you have like a pet that dies dies of old age, I mean, you're kind of expecting it. You're kind of pre-coping. But if your dog gets hit by a car, I mean, it just comes out of nowhere. It just shocks you, and you're just in a terrible mood. And what can you do about it? And it's just you're down in the dumps. It just your day's over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you here with an interesting one.
All right, let's hear it.
Wait, shit, I forgot it. Hold on. Let it come back to me. Let it circulate. Fuck. I'm gonna need you guys to go back to your like high school days,
Okay.
or even college. Going to class and then someone going, "Hey, what did you get for X, Y, and Z?" And then you're like, "Oh my fucking God, I didn't do it."
Yeah.
Or like you're going to
Yeah.
a basketball
Oh, yeah.
practice and they're like, "Hey, did you bring that check to make or that signature from your parents to make sure you can play?" And you're like, "Oh my fucking God." So yeah, forgetting to do something that you really, really needed to do.
Yeah, that was something that was on my list for sure.
I saw videos like soft launching to my dad that I left my mid at home like 5 hours into a 8-hour trip for a baseball tournament or something. That was funny.
I was notorious doing that. Like for like last minute stuff too. It's like yeah, I've got like a project due pretty soon. It's like, oh, what is it? It's like a poster and like a bunch of stuff with like a construction paper that we don't have, and it's kind of due tomorrow.
Yeah.
I used to do that shit all the time.
I did.
Mine was
Right.
like specifically only for projects though.
Yeah.
It wasn't really, I mean, homework, yeah, I'd forget to do it and then do it real quick, maybe at school even, but like homework or
like
projects.
dioramas and shit.
I was
Yeah.
notorious for doing those last minute. Dude.
Yeah,
Dude, my mom used to fuck.
yeah. My parents were so
My parents
mad
would
at me.
get pissed, dude.
Yeah, I was like, you could have totally avoided this.
All right, I got two ones that maybe borderline ruin day, borderline just make you really annoyed in the moment. We'll see. But first one, getting stuck in standstill traffic,
Oh, that does
especially when
yeah.
you got somewhere to be and you got to be there pretty soon.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that can definitely ruin your day. And my final pick on this draft. Say you go to a restaurant and you had a very delicious meal, but maybe you filled up a little too much on bread, so you're like, oh, I didn't eat enough of this food. I can't wait to have this tomorrow for lunch. Bring it to work for lunch.
I see where you're
Have it for
going.
dinner maybe. And you leave the restaurant and the food's not with you. You left it on the table. You go back. It's too late. It's
I
gone.
do that
Oh,
so
it's-
much too.
Oh, I still have one that haunts me from college. It was Texas Roadhouse, and it was like, oh, I wanted that so bad for steak and eggs in the morning.
Oh,
Dude, me and my girlfriend went out in college and we got these buffalo chicken wraps. We both only like half of it. And then we were going to go back and like do some drinking. And then I was like, oh man, I can't wait to eat that after. And then realized we left it there. We went back up because we like realized after we left and it was gone like immediately. I didn't even get us a chance to try to recover it.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, dude, that one hurt.
yeah. I think if you're a diehard sports fan like I am, you'll just already know where I'm going and you'll already agree. And I'm going to make it specifically about the NFL because if you watch your like MLB team lose, you're like, God, that was a frustrating game. But you sit there on Sunday, you wait all week, you see all the injury activations, you freaking are like, hey, this is a big game. And then you lose and it just ruins your Sunday. You're so pissy. Your fantasy team's getting fucking smoked. You're just watching your favorite football team lose. Oh my God.
Yeah, and guess what's tomorrow? Monday. So it's just
Right,
it's just
right.
brutal.
Yeah, it's all bad, right? Because you can go to
There's
work
no
with a
positives.
smile on your face, but no, they lose. God damn it. How many are we doing, by the way?
I think this is the final one.
Yeah,
But I got a lot of
Yeah.
honorable
Yeah,
mentions.
Go ahead and launch the honorable mentions when we're
Well, yeah, I will.
So, with I guess the last pick in the draft, I was in between two here that I had left on the list, and I think it's going to be getting fired.
Oh,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
good.
would-
That's just, I mean, your source of income is no longer. You know, I mean, on the bright side, it may not ruin your day in total, because then you could just go out and drink.
Yeah, you have a day off now.
And yeah, and
There
push,
you go.
push your problems
Look at
off
the
to
bright
tomorrow. But I mean, it's simple as that. You get fired. you don't have a source of income.
All right, I'm gonna go through the rest of my picks here, and then I'll recap.
I'll just
quick.
say my other honorable mention that I was citing.
Go for it.
Was also getting dumped.
Oh yeah, dude,
that one almost made my list, but not quite. But
launch them.
No, because I think there's this is dedicated to literally ruining your day.
Yeah,
not like
that's fair.
Yeah, that's kind of why I held it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but getting shot might
That will probably
might cause later complications for your house or getting fired. Okay,
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, so let's say you're super excited to show some of your favorite movie, and every time you look over to the best parts, they're on the phone, not paying attention. That
really
just
good.
That's
That one
gutting.
hurts. That hits deep. This one is more of like something that's annoying.
Hey, I paid attention during Memento.
Oh, I know
though.
you did. I
Yeah.
paid attention during Departed.
You did know 100%.
That was a great
100%.
movie.
Yeah,
I loved that movie. That's awesome.
I like Memento.
All right, so this one again, it's not like probably won't ruin your day, but super annoying. When someone calls you and then you see that they called like just as you're grabbing your phone, you can't answer anymore. It's like, okay, call them back right away, and then they don't answer.
I'm
the old phone tag.
I'm guilty of it. So
Phone tag special.
Someone texts you that they need to talk, that you guys need to talk, and they won't tell you what it is, and then until they see you.
oh, wow, good.
And then bonus points if it's something that wasn't even that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
With the honorable mentions, I
That was a strong
like,
one.
Yeah, you got some strong.
Because then you're like
gems
worrying
here.
about it.
That
Oh,
one was
what-
close to
what-
making the list.
What did I do?
Waiter says enjoy your food, and you say you too.
Nice.
You're out and about, and you get wet socks, so you don't have change.
Oh, that
I
totally
was-
should have made
I was
it,
I was
dude.
thinking
That was a good one.
getting wet was something I thought about.
Being unable to find an answer on Google, bonus points if you do find it, but you have to pay a subscription to see the answer, or
Wow.
maybe you have to sign up for the website.
These are pretty good.
Having low phone battery and no charger in sight, just like feel like you can't use your phone at all. except
Taylor,
for important
if you're
things.
helping Joe with these, I'm going to be mad at you.
So the one she did give me was missing a flight, and that was the only one I took from her.
Taylor,
She gave me a few other ones.
if you're listening, I'm mad at you. So
I'm not though.
let's see.
should be.
Oh, okay. She gave me this.
As you.
This one's an honorable mention. She did give me because this is something I've dealt with extensively recently. Having a baby on the plane that won't shut the fuck
Oh,
up. It's so goddamn annoying, and like I feel the worst for the parents honestly because they
Yeah,
can't do anything about
Right.
it.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's something to do with the baby's ears popping, and that really hurts.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for the kid, but damn, it's really
It's so
annoying.
annoying. In the honorable mentions list, I already did phone tag.
Yeah, that's why you got to bring just a little bit of chloroform around.
Yeah, just
Just to have a little bit in the back pocket.
less than 3 fluid ounces.
Nothing that'll kill you, but
So my mom came to visit last weekend, and I went to her hotel to like have breakfast with her, and there was no one in there, just me and her. This other lady comes, gets her food, and then sits right across from us,
Oh no!
and then just starts having this conversation with us. I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!"
Unwarranted small talk is really
Unwarranted small
fucking-
talk.
at the table.
Well, that's not what I had written down though. Is someone who sits uncomfortably close to you, even though every other seat is open.
Yeah,
yeah.
all that whole scenario.
Yeah, no, just like small talk. I
Headache.
hate. If you don't have to talk to me, don't.
I'm
I don't
gonna
wanna-
I'm gonna parlay off that and say the same thing, but for in the urinals. A guy stands
kinda
right
fun-
next
oh,
to you
yeah.
and starts talking to you. It's like, what are you doing,
Dude,
man?
I've always thought about just like pulling up to someone that's already in the urinal, like every other one's open, going right next to them and then just staring at them till I'm done and
Yeah.
not saying a word. I think that'd be pretty funny.
I'll go one step further and take their urinal from them. I'll just start peeing in theirs.
Yeah, dude, I've shared a urinal before.
Oh yeah, get one of the troughs.
No,
No, I know, but
no, it was a urinal.
Troughs
Dude, troughs.
really-
Troughs need to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. But we went to a Sharks game recently against the Utah Hockey Club, and we were leaving the game. I go to the bathroom, and there's a guy. I think I had to do a double take because I thought my eyes were deceiving me. There's a guy with his pants around his ankles and his underwear, ass just fully out, and I like started laughing to myself. And as I got closer, I noticed that he was a little special needs, and then I felt a little bad. And then as soon as I started peeing, I started smiling really big because it just made me laugh to see that.
You know, we got to do a make your day list instead of make your day bad.
Yeah.
Because
That made my day, dude. That was so funny.
think about I'm riffing off of that, but think about going to take a piss when you're drunk and then you see yourself in the mirror.
Dude,
Yeah,
seeing
yes.
yourself in the mirror when you're drunk is like
You're just smiling and laughing.
yeah.
It's like
it's
you're on
like the
cloud
most.
nine.
It's the most ununique experience ever, but it's one of the best.
It is.
Everyone's experienced
You know,
that.
there's something
Everyone
beautiful
loves it. I don't think
about
anyone's
that.
ever done that unless you're like, unless you're sad going into the bathroom, I don't think anyone's ever done that and like been like, you stupid idiot. They just always loved how they like, let's fucking go, baby. Come on now.
It's like the idiot laugh. And you're just having a great time.
Dude, I always like do like a little dance in the mirror. I'm like, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, feeling good.
Great
Feeling
right
good.
now. This is awesome.
Yeah. I was, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
So I was like, I knew that I've known this for some time, but I saw a tweet about it. I think yesterday or today about how some people don't have an inner monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I knew that was true, but like, do you have an inner monologue? Like, does a voice go on in your head?
Yeah, absolutely.
My problem is the voice doesn't shut the fuck up.
Same.
So if I like took a nap during the day, especially, like it'll really happen if I'm trying to sleep at night and just will not stop talking. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. Will you shut up?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But like, apparently, like, so close your eyes and envision an apple.
Okay.
Okay, do you guys have your apple envisioned?
Yeah, it's green.
Kind of. Sure.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Joe. How does that apple look?
It's like a little smaller on the bottom. It's got a brown stem, a leaf hanging off the stem, like, you know, classic cartoon apple. And it's glistening a little bit. It's got a little bit of that sunshine on the side of it.
Is it 3D?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Carson, same practice.
No, I didn't have any of that, actually. I don't have that going on. So
Okay,
maybe
so describe it.
I don't have, I can't always like visualize exactly what I'm.
All right, visualize a cube.
So I learned that not everyone visualizes shit the same way.
Yeah, dude.
And that's like, I'm with you. I envision a red apple, but it's like on a countertop.
Yeah,
And
I want it to
like-
be unique, though, so I went green.
No, that's fine. But like, I can like pick it up and like turn it and shit.
Well, I wasn't thinking about
can't do
picking it
that.
up, but I could rotate it without touching it.
Yeah.
A little spat viz, dude.
Yeah.
We had in my college, you had to take a spat viz test
Really?
during orientation. And if you didn't do good on it, you had to go, we called it shapes class, where they tried to teach you how to be better at spatial
Can you
visualization.
learn how to do that?
I don't know. I'd have to take it because I was good at it.
I know. I'm saying, did you know
Oh,
anyone that
geez.
took it?
I
and
knew
was
two
like-
people that took in they're dating, so they
Oh,
met in
nice.
shapes class.
Nice.
So,
Damn,
but,
I need to go to shapes class.
So what do you explain what you see? I've always wanted to talk to someone that
Black. I see black.
Yeah, so there's like 5 levels of it. There's like how we see it. There's like a 3D block, like kind of like just like an apple. Like hold on 1 second.
yeah.
So an apple like you would see on like a JPEG or something. Then there's like a black apple like you're describing,
No, I just don't see anything.
and then there's not seeing anything.
So I see a black apple, but with some green to it. But it's like, it looks black, but I can envision the green on it. It's weird. Everything else behind it's black. Everything else is black. But the apple itself is kind of black, but there's a little bit of green to it as well.
No, not me. What the fuck? I can.
Yours is like perfectly green.
Sometimes I
red.
can.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can visualize stuff if it like kind of like that. If it's more, usually for me, it's more like golf shots, like visualizing golf
I
shots.
cannot do that.
But
This is so interesting to me.
yeah,
It's
I
it's
like
weird that we're all different though.
sometimes like on demand, I can't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I thought that was unique. I guess that's weird, and it's strange because I don't know what that translates to. I guess you'd be a better chess player with this, right? You can.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you visualize it? I can visualize a chessboard.
I mean, I can visualize a chessboard and I can like see pieces moving, but like I don't think it would help me because I'm just don't know chess strategy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely fair enough.
But I think it helps with Lego building because I was building Legos with Taylor, and every now and then she's very. I don't know. I feel like I never put him in the wrong spot, but every now and then she would. I was like, dude, I want you to take a spatial visualization test. She took it. I think she got like 3 out of 10.
Interesting.
I
How
took
do
it.
you
I got 9
test
out of
that?
10. They have a picture of something, and then they're like, what would this look like if you rotated it 90 degrees and maybe turned it this way
People
as well?
can't
Like,
do that.
no,
Wow,
because they can't visualize it in their head and turn it around. Like,
that's
it's weird.
fascinating to
Yeah.
me.
And like some of them take me a minute. Like you got to think about it, like really think about it. But like I'm usually pretty good at it. But
Interesting.
I might have to do one of those.
and
We
so
should.
the one I got wrong, I only got it wrong because I had no idea what it was asking me. Like the question itself did not make sense.
Like if it's like an L and it was like rotate this like 90 degrees counterclockwise, some
Yeah.
people could not do that.
They could probably like draw it out, but in their head they'd have a hard time figuring
Interesting.
it out.
Interesting.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah. It's weird. I mean, the human mind is a beautiful thing, but it's weird how different people are.
Well, Logan doesn't have an inner monologue. He does not have a voice.
So he's a psychopath.
No, that doesn't make you
I'm
psycho.
just kidding.
It's just like you are.
He doesn't have a conscience.
You just are not constantly like I
Rose Pinocchio.
I don't know. I don't have that, and I can't like I'm empathetic. I can like understand other angles. This one eludes me. How are you not like thinking in your head like, okay, I've got to do this? Or
so
whatever,
here,
right?
I think it's because you think when growing up, everyone experiences everything the same way. Here's a very unique thing for me. So I don't know what the thing's called, but there's something in your ear that gives you control over popping it. Like without, like I could just pop my ears without thinking about it. I could just do it.
Right.
By like moving my jaw just a little bit. But then in the inverse of that, if I suck in with like my nose like plugged and my mouth closed, it kind of pushes in. It makes everything quieter for me. And I thought everyone did that. And then it wasn't until recent years that I found out that it was like very few people do that.
I know,
and like
but
even the people that have good control don't even do that though.
But like I can visualize what that would be like. Like I can see because I don't have what you have, and I can understand.
Yeah,
not having an inner monologue is so eluding to me.
I just, like I said, I never shut up, so I can't imagine it just being quiet.
Right?
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
I think.
Sick.
If I could just maybe not all the time, but if I could just shut it off.
Like maybe if
That would be nice.
Sometimes when you're shit faced hammered, you're kind of just in like, whoa, you know.
But even then, I'm thinking.
Right?
What a million. Well, maybe I'm not thinking like smart thoughts, but I'm just like
There are
thinking
thoughts
about.
there,
I'm thinking about
though.
what's around me and like how I'm feeling. Like,
Maybe when we get Logan back on the pod, we'll ask him like, how does he?
how does it feel to
remember-
be a psychopath?
But how do you like remember like when I need to like at work, if I'm like, if someone's like, hey, get this email out to blah 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 by blah blah blah, I'm kind of like, and I'm on my way to go take a pee or something. Like the whole time I'm taking a pee in my head, I'm like, okay, get that email out, get that email out, get that email out, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
How do you remember you have to do that if you're not?
My problem is I got so much going on that I forget.
Well,
because there's too much distraction.
But
It kinda
I
gets away from
can
me.
understand that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
get
can't
it.
understand the inverse of it though.
I guess. Yeah, it's very strange thing. I just want to stick on that like a little bit longer. Just like experiences that you thought were normal just because of how you grew up. That like
That's a good one.
you
Yeah.
just like not even things that you were learned, just things you figured out yourself. That you're like, okay, yeah, everyone does this, you know. And my biggest one is the ear thing, just because I thought that's how everyone was, but apparently it's not the case.
Yeah. I can't. Not one comes to mind immediately, but
I mean, even like things you were taught by your parents too, that like maybe people don't do. I don't know if you got anything off the top of your head.
I think honestly, like, and this is gonna sound so weird, but like greeting people, like the way my mom greets people and the way that I learned how to from her is like you go up to someone, you say like, hi, how are you doing, with a smile on your face. And not everyone does that. Like, I find that wild. Like so it was a couple days ago and I said like, how we doing or something like that. And he just kept walking by me and it's like, what the fuck? And no headphones, just disregarded it. And I'm like, that's insane to me. That is is an insane behavior.
So I don't know if we can really go any further on that. So I guess we can just get into our sponsor for the episode.
And so we've got a couple ads today, but this first one is an actual ad. We were sponsored, actually, once again. This time it's my mom.
Mama Mac?
Yeah, coming up big. I don't know what she's going to sponsor us with yet. Probably another case of beer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Always welcome.
Yeah, in which case...
A case of the Kirkland Lagers.
Yeah, we're gonna have like 4 cases of beer on the floor. And between that and all the podcast stuff on the floor in my apartment, I mean, if I ever have a girl back in my apartment, she's gonna immediately walk in the door and then leave.
I'm gonna take a moment here. Shout out moms. I do that a lot.
Hell yeah. I love moms, dude.
We love moms here. Moms are great.
Moms are legit.
They make the world go round. Shout out moms.
But this episode is sponsored by her business, Heart and Soul. Do you like dead people's stuff? Well, head on over to Heart and Soul. At Heart and Soul, we buy the belongings of dead people or folks that are moving away and sell it to you at very affordable prices. From tools to furniture to clothes, we have it all. People die all the time, so every time you visit the store, there are sure to be new treasures to find. We are open most Saturdays and located at 1102 4th Avenue East in Polson, Montana, between the Catholic Church and the Mormon Church, right next to the Super One Foods. Check out the Heart and Soul Facebook page for more details.
Is it real?
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Tell them the Micmac Pod McMac Joe Pod sent you, and they'll give you a free dead person's item.
That's
No, just kidding.
They'll
Yeah,
actually
probably-
give you a
probably.
free dead person.
Yeah.
you get the ashes of a dead man.
Nope, full corpse. They
Yep.
just hand you the corpse, and
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but no, she has a estate sale business, so she'll like buy people's estates and then kind of combine it in one yard sale.
That's a unique
I've
idea.
got plenty of stuff from her sales.
Yeah, one thing I want to say too, if you don't want to buy us a case of beer, we'll read whatever you have, even if it's not an ad, within reason, of course. You know?
Within reason, boys. Keep it reasonable. Keep it reasonable.
I'll go into the second ad that's
Yeah,
not
let's
real.
run
I was thinking of stuff to make an ad on, and this popped into my head, and then the more I wrote it, the more I thought, you know what, I actually hate this product. So you know what, this podcast is not sponsored by turkey bacon. Are you tired of processed food? Well, you've come to the wrong place, because turkey bacon is processed as hell. With its mediocre taste and marginal health benefits, turkey bacon might be the right product for you if you have the personality of a goldfish. I mean, come on, what part of the turkey does turkey bacon come from? When you have a Thanksgiving dinner, there's no turkey bacon on the table. Now, is there? These are the questions that Big Turkey doesn't want you to ask, but we think you should. Turkey bacon. What kind of mystery meat is this?
All right, listen. I got to defend my honor.
I
here.
love it. Turkey bacon's good.
It's fine, but it's really healthy.
It looks terrible.
It's pretty good.
It tastes like genuinely nothing. Like salty.
Yeah.
It tastes salty.
It's cured.
It's fine, but it's really good for macros. Like if you're like trying to cheat, quote unquote, air quotes on like, and you're dieting, you want some bacon for breakfast, rip some turkey bacon, boys.
My girlfriend doesn't eat red meat though, so she will make turkey bacon if I want to do that, and it's not bad. I do
Also a
enjoy
good
it.
alternative.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's
You gotta
alright
cook
on
it for a
those
long
ones.
time to get it
Yeah,
crispy,
that's-
though.
Yeah,
Most of the time, mine is like floppy.
yeah. My mom went on like a turkey bacon kick for a while, and I was kind of just a innocent bystander, and I just learned to kind of hate it.
Yeah, that happened to me back in the day, and I was just not enjoying it back then because I was like, this shit sucks. But then I was like, all right, you know what's actually pretty good? What I hate is people that cook it to a crisp and it's just black char that you're eating.
I hate that with regular bacon.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about regular bacon. Sorry, yeah, regular bacon. I like crunchy bacon. I don't want to eat like charcoal though. Like you're allowed to take it off the pan at some point, guys. I hope you know that.
I don't like crunchy bacon at all. It takes away so much flavor.
I don't like it crunchy either because it almost like melts in your mouth, and that's not a good thing with bacon.
Right. You want to, like, when you bite, you don't want it to, like, you pull it off. You want it to, like, be crispy enough to where it's an actual bite of, like, food. And then you don't want it to be, like, cracking in your mouth.
I like it a little chewy.
Yeah,
a little chewy.
exactly.
It's
you
nice.
get it.
Yeah, I like it a little chewy, but I'm going to push back. I think crispy's fine. I think crispy bacon.
I think it's.
I don't have any problem with it. I like it.
There's a point though where it's too crispy.
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
not good
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think that line for me is a bit further than probably it is for you guys.
Like, if
Probably.
you're gonna rip bacon bits, make them crunchy. Fuck it. But
Yeah.
if I want a strip
Oh,
of
yeah.
bacon, it's got to be cooked like what that level we're talking about has
yeah,
to
but
be.
then there's the other people that undercook it, and you're just getting like a big chewy piece of fat in your
That
mouth.
is the
Yeah.
That is
grossest.
disgusting.
That is the grossest.
It's a lot
form.
worse than overcooked bacon, in my
100%.
opinion.
yeah.
But nah, whatever. So one of our sponsors in the past, Schmike's Printing,
Shout
not
out Schmike.
not sponsored this episode, but shout out Schmike.
Shout out Schmikes.
He suggested a segment for us, a tier list, specifically from him, a cereal tier list. I thought about doing a cereal draft at some point, but I think we're going to do a cereal tier list instead. We're going to do it as a group, so we're going to have to come to some sort of consensus on each of these, and we're going to have an S tier, A, B, C, D, and then an F tier. All right, that's how we're going to run this.
And we're all coming to an agreement. This is going to be hard.
It's one, and we
It's
don't
going to be heated.
at some point we can limit it to how long we're allowed to talk. Just we just get through this and make sure we have a good list.
There are two that I will fight heavily for, and then the other ones I don't care. Like,
One of them I know that you're gonna fight heavily for. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm like willing to concede to a higher ranking than I would put it.
Yeah, I haven't eaten a whole lot of cereal in recent years, so for a handful, I'm gonna have to defer. But I'm gonna do my best to. I'm not gonna lay off, but I might lean toward deferring on some of these because I got to tell you, I haven't eaten much cereal. I don't really eat breakfast in the mornings on work days.
Just hearing these conversations, I think you guys are not real cereal heads. I'm a real fucking cereal.
I don't think
head.
you understand how much cereal I eat. Do you know how much milk we used to go through when I was a kid? I'd eat cereal just for like snacks.
I used to drink a half gallon of milk a day, whole milk.
Okay, well that's not with cereal though. You're just drinking it.
I was doing it with sometimes with cereal. Most time I ate
It
cereal
makes the milk
every morning
makes
before
the
high
milk
school.
taste a lot better.
It does.
I eat it every day before work still.
Good for you.
All right, we're going straight into it. This one, I think, my opinion on it's going to be super controversial because I think everyone's going to disagree with me. We got Raisin Bran, and I think Raisin Bran is a B tier.
F.
F? Really?
Raisins suck ass.
But they make it in ways where it tastes kind of sweet. And I will say the reason I'm not putting it higher is because they're too chewy to the point where it hurts my mandible and my temple.
Sure.
And your what is it, maxilla?
I don't know which
This
one. No, that one does not hurt. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid B tier, but I'm willing to go lower if you guys disagree.
I'm going to agree with you, Joe.
Okay, so
say,
you guys are not real
can we put it
cereal.
C tier?
C tier's fine.
All right, C tier. Raisin Bran is in the C tier. And also, we didn't recap the draft, so we'll do that after this as well, too.
Okay. Yeah, we'll recap it all.
So our next one on the list, Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is a cereal that one of the cereals I usually eat before work. It's a very good.
Fruity
very
Pebbles
delicious.
is just straight up solid. I ate a lot more of it when I was younger. I don't really fuck with Fruity Pebbles like that anymore, but I'm okay with putting it high. I'm okay with putting it, B.
It's an absolute classic, and you know
Classic.
the taste. Everyone knows the taste.
You good with B?
I don't remember. I didn't have very much Fruity Pebbles very often growing up, or even to this
Me
day.
neither.
So I'm gonna defer.
I went a lot further into Fruity Pebbles in college and even now because I didn't really we only really had it when I went to my grandpa's and that was about it.
You know what holds Fruity Pebbles back from being an elite contender?
What?
Like it's like when you look at like Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, keeping him from being elite, like at that just like Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett level is his physicality. The thing that holds Fruity Pebbles back is its physicality. It gets way too soggy, way too quick.
It's true.
Like by the end of the cereal, you're like, ooh, this is mushy. At the beginning, right when you pour that milk in, right when it's crispy, milky, that's an A tier cereal. That's a competitor, but I can't go A tier because of how
it's
it
a
ends.
race. You gotta go in it. And in a similar vein, the yin to the Fruity Pebbles yang, we got Cocoa Pebbles.
What did we end up putting that?
That was B tier.
You agree with B?
Yeah, I agree with B.
I want to hear you.
I'm going to say Cocoa
hear
Pebbles is A tier. It's like a more mature version of Fruity Pebbles.
I really-
it has the same issue with the physicality, but it's a little more refined taste.
It's got the cat complex.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So you want to vie for A tier?
I'm vying for A tier for Cocoa
I'll
Pebbles
allow.
over Fruity
I don't
Pebbles.
want to. I don't want to change. I don't want to course the direction of this draft. I'm okay with putting it A, but I'm going to say there is one where I will not back down.
And I already know which one that is. So.
Respect.
All right, next on the list we got Honey Bunches of Oats. We're gonna say just the classic honey yellow, gold, orange box, whatever you want to call it.
I love Honey Bunches of Oats. I
So
gotta tell
delicious.
you, it's a great cereal.
I grew up with that,
God
loved
damn
it.
too.
It's another one where it can get a little soggy too fast if you're not careful.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
if you don't have to race against the clock like you do with the Pebbles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that below C would be bad, and I think above B would be bad. So I'll let you guys decide.
All right, well, I guess we got to go B then
Yeah,
because that's
I guess
a
so.
high-ranking cereal.
I wanted something higher than that, but
Well, you got to. The whole point of a tier list is like any sort of dispersion chart. You want it to be mainly grouped in the middle, and then have
Yeah.
a little bell curve.
Little bell curve.
All right, well, guys, next on the list we got Frosted Mini Wheats. Now, there's a little nuance with this because you got the Frosted Mini Wheats. They're pretty good. They're not terrible. They're not great. But then you get to the end of the box and it's just the sugar, just little shredded pieces. And that's the bowl that in my house, if you got that bowl, you won.
Yeah, you're a cereal head. You're a ball knower. I'll respect that. Again, I think it falls victim to the Honey Bunches of Oats. It's not a star player, but it's good.
It's one where you're a kid, you see that and like, that looks like shit. There's not enough frosting on each piece or whatever. And then if you get one that's just wheat, dude, you got gypped.
You know what you got to consider though is like breakfast is supposed to fill you up till noon. This one will.
This will actually, you know what?
I'm okay with throwing this A tier low key.
A tier Frosted
I don't
Mini
know if
Wheats.
I'd go that high.
I would. I mean, I used to smash some Frosted Mini Wheats back in the day, dude.
It's got good. What's that word? Satiation, where it like makes you feel full. It's got good satiation. It's got that sweetness when you need it, and it's a pretty tasty little. And it's different too, right? Like
And
you get
yeah.
like 8 fucking mini wheats compared to like hundreds of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh yeah.
So it's unique. It's got
It's a little
own-
more hearty of a meal.
It's like when Allen Iverson showed up to the NBA,
And-
then everyone started getting tats and a headband.
I will say this is a cereal that benefits from getting a little soggy too. You don't want it too hard when you're first eating it. It gets a little soggy and
all fucking nowhere.
but there is a point again where it gets too soggy and then it's just kind of mush. But there's a critical moment where it gets perfect.
Joe,
It just, oh my
your
god!
ball knowledge here is on full display
I
because
told you I'm a real cereal
you
head.
do let it sit in the milk for a little
You
bit.
do. You can't just eat it right away. You got to give it a second. Like, pour the milk at the fridge, put it in there, go walk, maybe take a look at your phone real quick, and then start eating.
We can do B, but I'll make a genuine push for A here.
I'll be all right with that.
All right, first
After
A
hearing the
tier,
stuff.
frosted mini wheats. I'm kind of shocked, honestly, that was even A tier and that it was the first one.
I thought Cocoa Pebbles was A.
Oh yeah, Cocoa Pebbles is A. Never mind.
Was
I
it
lied.
A?
Cocoa Pebbles did
You're
make
right,
A.
you're right, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it is a little
my-
more
my
refined than
mistake.
Fruity Pebbles.
My mistake.
All right, next on the list we got Captain Crunch.
Oh, I fucking love
I was a big I smashed some peanut butter crunch in my day. I love
peanut butter crunch is good. That's the other thing that it has a good offensive package.
It's got a team of players. It's got a
Right?
good team.
It's like Kobe Bryant. Okay,
Yeah.
it's got a good post move. It's got a good mid range. It's got a good. It has oops all berries. I mean,
Yeah.
if we
Oh,
want to
yeah.
lump that
I
in,
think we're talking just classic.
I think
We're going just classic
I think we got a
here.
good classic.
Oops all berries, obviously the best one, but
oops all berries.
we're going just classic yellow and berries.
I kind of like the yellow pieces. I didn't
They're
when
not
I was
bad.
younger, but I fuck
The
with
one
them
that's
now.
just yellow pieces is not great.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
why
like the opposite of oops all berries.
It's oops.
Oops. I mean, honestly, it could be an S tier, but it's got one thing holding it back. It just fucks your mouth up so much. You will have no roof of your mouth left by the time you're done eating a bowl of Captain Crunch.
It has the same effect as like you take a pizza out of the oven and just shove it straight in your mouth. And just
Exactly.
sets your mouth on fire.
It's like the Draymond Green. Like it's gonna hurt some things. It's effective, but you're gonna get a technical foul.
It's gonna be a good player, but it's gonna bully you.
It's gonna bully.
I feel like oh man, it just I can't remember what I was gonna say now, but yeah, it's
it's A or
you're
B.
gonna be in pain. Oh yeah, I remember now. It doesn't, unlike the frosted mini wheats though, it doesn't benefit from getting soggy that much.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Not
you're
really
right.
at all.
The berries when they're soggy are a little bit hard to get through.
Yeah, it gets a little too mushy for you. So
I'm
it's
okay with loading the B and C tier.
I
here.
think we got to go B for Captain Crunch.
I'm
It's
okay
a
with that.
solid ass cereal. I will eat it anytime it's presented to me. However, it's got some things holding it back from being higher.
Joe, I'm not gonna lie. Because you let me put Raisin Bran in C tier, I will. I dub the fucking ball knower.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you've got good fucking taste here.
Like I said, I love Raisin Bran, but I'm not going to push back too hard on that one.
I'm with you. I'm the same boat.
But looks like next on the list we got Trix.
I'm not.
I'm not a fan of
I
Trix.
low
Tricks are
key
for
throw
kids.
this in D or F.
Honestly, it's got to be. I don't think it's F. I think it's a D tier because it's like Oops All Berries, but worse.
So much worse.
Yeah, it's
Yo,
it
but
got a weird
Trix-
chemical taste. to it.
Trix yogurt.
That's where I was going.
Oh.
I was going there. I was
Yes,
going
sir.
right there.
Let's hear it. Let me see
I
what you
mean,
have to say
that's
about it.
I don't have a lot to say except that it slaps.
If we ever did a kids snack thing,
Oh,
I would throw that in S. I
Yeah.
really would. That shit.
Animals.
Oh, maybe we'll do this next.
yeah, we might.
We will
yeah,
do a
next-
kid snack tier list eventually.
or a draft or both. Hell,
yeah.
Fuck. Well, you know what? Episode 6 is all about Danimals. It's going to be an hour and a half about.
this is a Danimals podcast.
Sponsored. No, I'm just kidding.
Sponsored by Danimals. All right, so we're going Trix D tier then.
Sure, I would. F would be fine.
The only way I would
is
push,
fine.
the only reason I would push it up is because of that great scene in one of those Ted movies with Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, tricks are for kids is a fucking. That's
It's
a
class-
tagline.
It's like it's got recognizability. I don't know.
recognition.
No, because I'm not giving it recognition. But it's very recognizable.
Sure.
I don't know. There's probably a better word for that. I just can't think of it.
I'm not
Are
gonna
these-
lie. It's an F tier cereal, but because of the tagline, I'll give it D.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up a little bit.
Money.
You know,
Does
it's
this mean that tricks are exclusively for children?
all right, and that brings us over to Apple Jacks. Very tasty, very
very
underrated.
tasty. I agree.
I'm coming out the gates. I'm pushing for A tier here, dude.
It's I will accept
I
A
will
tier.
too. I'll go
The
there.
delicious. Have you seen the new, mascots
I don't.
Oh,
they're
really
they're
bad.
not as good, right?
Dude, the cinnamon stick doesn't look like a stoner anymore, and the apple doesn't look like a crackhead anymore. It's just way worse.
Look what they
Yeah.
did.
If
to
you
it.
look up a picture of how they mutilated the Apple Jacks,
I'm not
characters.
gonna lie. If it were my own draft, I'd throw Ajax at S tier. But I know that's not. Here's the thing.
I might. You can convince me.
Really?
Dude, I love Apple Jacks.
I mean-
I haven't had them in forever, but they're so.
Let me try
good.
and sell you on it. So,
Yeah.
like when you want a star player on your basketball team, you want a guy who puts in reps. You want a guy who's dedicated to the gym, right? And how I view it is the Apple Jacks can be eaten dry, like chips or whatever.
absolutely.
Right?
It's got
That's a-
versatility.
that's
It's
a good call.
So he even before game time, even before he goes into the milk, he's in the gym practicing. You can just grab a box. He's gonna put up shots, right? So it's really, really all around amazing. And then when it's go time, he's amazing.
Yeah.
S tier.
Mac, you're gonna make the call on this one. I'm voting S tier too.
I
But we'll go
think-
A tier if you don't.
I think I have been persuaded. I think the reminder that these can be eaten, raw, one might say.
You can take the Apple Jacks
Raw.
raw.
You could have convinced me a lot easier to put that in S tier. And as soon as you said you could eat them dry, my mind was made up.
Yep,
Boom.
There was no going
me
back.
too. I agree.
S tier, Apple Jacks, our first S tier. ladies and
Incredible.
gentlemen.
I'm very happy with this list so
And
far.
that's going to bring us right into Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs.
So this
Reese's
is where we're
Puffs.
going to have
Eat 'em
dialogue.
up, eat 'em
We will
up,
have
eat
a
'em
lot of
up, eat 'em
dialogue
up.
here because I'm not a big fan of Reese's Puffs personally.
How about this? How about to make it fair? This is a cereal. I like this cereal. You don't. It'll get the Raisin Bran treatment. Go and see.
Go and see for Reese's. Well, I would be okay to put it in B just because the advertising for it was pretty good.
Oh, the commercials were really
There's no advertising
yeah.
for Raisin Bran at all. It's got nothing going for it
It
other
does
than
have a
I like it.
pretty sick fucking sun though, right? That's
This sun
Raisin
is
Bran.
kind of sick, yeah.
I would make the push on A tier, and I know that's not going to happen. So
I think
if,
I'm going to say B.
if you're
Sorry.
going to give me B, I'll
that's
take B.
that's the highest I'm
I'll
willing to
take
go.
B. I'm fine with B.
Yeah, what happened to cereal commercials? I don't see
Yeah,
cereal
well, I
commercials
mean,
hardly as much anymore.
I don't really watch cable television either.
That's
so-
true.
It's big oatmeal.
Big oatmeal.
The Quaker himself just crushed everyone's
He's
soul.
an oligarch.
That's true. I haven't watched I guess my targeted ads on ESPN Plus don't include cereal.
All right. We got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Another, I mean, we said we were going to try to
S.
make it even, but we're loading up the front end. Easy S tier.
Yep, no doubt. No
I
doubt.
think probably the most delicious milk you'll ever drink after eating cereal.
Oh yeah.
It's got some longevity in that it doesn't get too soggy too fast.
Yep.
Can eat it dry. I mean,
Eat it dry easily.
this is straight up the LeBron James.
This
There's
is
nothing bad about
S
it.
tier all day.
The defense on it, the fucking offense, the playmaking, it's all there. It's good dry. It's good right when it gets into the milk. It's good soggy. The milk's good. It's the best cereal ever made.
Great cannibalistic ad campaigns.
Great. Exactly. Even the ads are good.
The ads were
There's
amazing.
nothing bad to say. There's just not.
Yeah, easy S tier. I don't think no one had to even think about that one. All right, next on the list we got Cocoa Puffs. Another one that personally, it's got the advertising. It makes your milk taste good, but the cereal itself is not that great.
I'm a Cocoa Puff stan. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, one might say.
Really?
I got a fucked up story though, so I'm okay with putting
I'd
this.
love to hear it.
I'm ready to put this in F because I haven't eaten Cocoa Puffs since then.
Okay, let's hear it.
So when I was a kid, I was homesick and I was at my yaya's house, my grandmother's house. I'm Greek for those that didn't pick that up. And she's old school, like born in the Great Depression. I guess it was born in Greece, but that time period. And so it's like no food goes to waste, all that like type of stuff. And you like store it wherever you can. Just that, I mean, her country was invaded by Germany in World War II. The food is number one. And I was eating my Cocoa Puffs and a Cocoa Puff was hanging off the spoon. And I was so like, I was like, what the heck? Took a bite. When I went back in to go get another bite, there was a ginormous spider in my bowl.
Oh my
God.
And I have ridiculously bad arachnophobia, and I will never ever eat Cocoa Puffs ever again.
Oh,
That's
no.
traumatizing.
It really was. I won't eat them. They frighten the shit out of me.
Like I said, I mean, other than that story, like I said, I don't think it's a great cereal in general, but it does have the recognizability, the good advertising. And it makes the milk taste absolutely delicious. But it doesn't have a lot going for it cereal-wise other than that. So I'm okay with D or F.
Okay. Yeah, D's fine.
D's. I wouldn't feel right putting it in F because how much I enjoyed the taste, but I'm okay with throwing it low just for that personal
Yeah. All right. Sounds good to me.
anecdote.
Yeah. All right. Last on the list, Lucky Charms.
This is another one. I know that it doesn't make sense to keep loading the S tier, but I would make a strong
I would
push.
too. I would say I would load it up.
I like S tier now as an older gentleman, but back in the day as a kid, I did not like Lucky Charms.
I hated the brown shit in it.
That's what I'm saying. All I would do, I would get a box of Lucky Charms and just dig through for the marshmallows and eat those.
Yeah,
Oops, all marshmallows.
Oops, all
you weren't a
marshmallows.
kid. You weren't a kid if you didn't do that.
They need to make an oops version of Lucky Charms.
I think they did. I think they
No, I mean
did.
like an oops, like just the brown shit. That
I think that's the thing. I don't think Lucky Charms does it, but I've seen cereal that's just that. I don't remember what it was. It was like an off-brand.
It's fucking packing peanuts. Who wants that?
It looked disgusting.
I know I've seen the all marshmallows before, and I'm like, that's
too
insane.
much.
That's
That's
insane.
like there's no. I mean, there's barely any health benefits in your cereal already. There's zero. That's like negative. Well, most cereal is probably negative too, but that's just like devastating to your health, dude.
Yeah.
We going S tier Lucky Charms then?
I'm okay with that.
I will make that push. Yeah.
All right. That's all I had for my list. We didn't have any F tiers, not too many. So I don't know if you guys have any cereals at the top of your head that you want to add to this list. We can add.
To throw it in
Just
F
throw
tier?
it in, or no, just throw something in and we can rank it.
I got Cookie Crisp.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate it. I would throw
Oh.
it in F. I love
It's not. It's not.
commercials.
It always looks delicious, but every time you had it, it's like this is
Super ass, right?
Yeah.
I got a lot. I love cereal. The Pops. What do you think?
I was about to say
Pops?
Pops.
I was thinking
Pops
about
is
that.
high up there. So let's go back to Cookie Crisp. Are we throwing that in F?
I would be okay with it. I fucking hate
I'm
it.
okay with that.
We don't have an
Alright.
F, right?
Well, yeah, but we don't need an F. You don't have to fill a spot. But I'm okay with
I
putting it
agree.
there because, like I said, it had good advertising. But the cereal itself was not good.
We
just
missed,
wasn't good.
We missed two obvious ones.
I got some more obvious ones in my head.
Do you want to say them or me?
I got Crave cereal.
Oh wow,
Like
that
the-
is not the one I was.
Oh,
going
well,
for.
I mean,
Never
I thought
had
it was.
Crave actually.
It's very, very delicious.
Yeah.
The chocolate filling. Well, if you guys have no opinion on it, it had good commercials. Benefited
Crave
a little
commercials were
bit
good.
from the sogginess. Like it didn't get destroyed by being soggy. Delicious inside. Easy A tier, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes.
I'll take your word for it. You seem to know it. You got a good head on your shoulders. Okay, while you write that down, I'm going to throw out Cheerios. Somehow we missed that.
Well,
I thought I put Honey Nut Cheerios on my list, but I guess not. I must have missed that.
You said Honey Nut something.
No, we had Honey Bunches of Oats.
Honey Bunches of
I
Oats.
did. I skipped Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Do you want Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios?
Is there a difference? I hate both of them.
Honey Nut Cheerios have honey. The regular Cheerios are just like Lucky Charms.
There's
Oops.
There's
Lucky
a reason
Charms.
you break them in half and feed them to your baby because they eat gross shit. Cheerios suck
I
ass.
like Honey Nut Cheerios.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
I mean, it's just like eating the brown part of Lucky Charms. It's just not meant for human consumption. You
Yeah,
should
but
feed
the Honey
it
Nut
to
ones
your-
taste like honey.
I couldn't put
Yeah.
it above B. I just
I mean, I'm okay putting it in C or D.
Yeah.
C is fine.
C?
C
All
is
right,
fine.
Honey Nut.
Because when you think of like a
Cheerios F. Honey Nut C.
cereal, fucking,
We can do
fine.
both. We'll add
That's fine.
both.
that's
all
a
right.
great
We-
take.
There was one we talked about. Oh, are we going to go to Pops now? Do we?
Yeah. Let's talk about Pops. Pops were pretty good.
I
Pops are fine.
yeah.
Yeah, Pops are solid.
I'd say B probably.
And then the last
me?
one that I have,
Yeah, I'm cool with B.
yeah, B's fine. Last one that I have is honeycombs.
Oh,
Okay, honeycombs. See, I was thinking about putting it on the list, but I didn't think either of you would have had those.
Fuck with honeycombs.
Do you fuck with Honey Smacks?
I
The one with like the frog.
Yeah, I literally had them once and I don't remember them at all.
They're good, but they also taste like styrofoam.
I see.
They're like honey styrofoam.
What about the honeycombs? You fuck with
Honeycombs, very delicious. I
them?
like
Very
them.
good. I like them a lot. B
Get a
is-
little bit of benefit from getting a little
BA.
wet. B.
B.
Honeycombs B.
It's up to you. Like Honey Smacks, sick fucking logo. Oh, Christ almighty. Before I forget, Frosted Flakes. Hello.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how that didn't make the OG
I
list.
thought about that
Yeah.
earlier.
It falls into the same Cheerio category. It tastes like nothing.
So when I was younger, I liked Frosted Flakes a lot, and then I got into college and I had them there, and they just weren't good at
I
all.
never liked them.
Yeah.
But again, Tony the Tiger, what a fucking
Yeah.
legend that guy is.
I just the nostalgia makes me want to push for C, but
Where we putting Frosted Flakes?
I'm
good with that lower because, like I said,
I was kind of I'm good with C. C is right.
C. I was thinking D, but I'll take C.
Just because I would put it in D. I'd put it in fucking F if it were just me. But because Tony the Tiger kicks ass and it's just so classic.
Yeah,
I guess C's fine.
Yeah. So one more I want to add to this list. I thought about adding it before, but I didn't. Was Golden Grams. It's I don't know how to describe it.
I love Golden
if you never
Grams.
had it, but they're so good. Out of all the honey cereals, this one's the best one.
Is it
I
like
agree.
a graham cracker?
Yeah.
It's like a graham cracker with a lot of honey on it.
Yeah, so
That
like
sounds good.
it's a good
It's
one
very
because
delicious. B tier or higher easily.
yeah, you get it like just a little bit soggy and it's just right in that
Oh
zone.
yeah, you need a little bit of sog.
Little
on that one.
sog.
A little sog, and that's another one that you could easily eat dry, in my opinion.
Absolutely. They make like a cereal bar that's very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I've had the cereal bar.
I get it
Yeah,
at
those
gas
are
stations
solid.
all
Yeah.
the time.
I mean,
I got another one that slipped
Yeah,
through the
let's hear it.
cracks. Fucking Fruit Loops, boys.
Oh my gosh.
I meant to add that to the list too.
I
right after
thought
Fruity
about
Pebbles.
it. I thought about it too, and I was like, yeah.
Where are we throwing
We
it?
were napping.
I like Fruit Loops. I don't love
That's
Fruit
another
Loops.
one I think I can
Easy
eat dry.
B or C.
Yeah, I'm
B
good
or
with
C.
You could
C.
definitely eat those dry, so I'd say B probably. Just for that
because of
factor.
the dry ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like your 3 and D guy. That's your Tarian Prince. It's not it's super impressive, but he shows up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we can call the list there, unless you got
No,
anything you
I
really
think
want to
I'm
add.
spent.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll go through this real quick. Starting with our S tier. I'm going to say the best one first. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, easily the best on the list. Then Apple Jacks, and then Lucky Charms. Big three in the cereal game, very popular. I guess Apple Jacks isn't really that popular, but it is very good. So I rescind that statement. A tier, we got Cocoa Pebbles, Frosted Mini Wheats, and Crave. Very strong. I like the Frosted Mini Wheats the best. That's probably the best one in the A tier. Moving down to B, we got Fruity Pebbles, Honey Bunches of Oats, Captain Crunch, Reese's Puffs, Pops, Honeycombs, Golden Grams, Fruit Loops, and that is easily the most stacked tier we have is the B tier. Into the C tier, we got Raisin Bran, Honey Nut Cheerios, and Frosted Flakes. D tier, we got Trix and Cocoa Puffs, and in the F tier, we have Cookie Crisp and regular Cheerios.
I like that. That's a pretty solid
a good
list.
I like that. Let us know if you agree with that. If you would, what your list would be, where you throw these different cereals, and maybe tell some cereals we missed. And
Yeah,
where you
I think that was awesome.
Yeah, give us some feedback, folks. We want to hear
That
it.
was very good. All right, and I'm going to recap the Ruin Your Day draft real quick, just so you guys know what's on there. For me, I had car troubles, missing a flight, food stuck in your teeth all day, standstill traffic, and leaving leftovers at the restaurant. Mick had waking up about 15, 20 minutes before your alarm goes off. So, you're going to fall back asleep, but just not feel good about it either. Sleeping past your alarm, plans getting canceled, especially ones you're looking forward to.
Specifically,
Plans you're looking forward to. Forgetting to do something. I had in parentheses for school. I don't know if that was like...
that's fine.
All right.
But it works for work and shit.
And then your favorite team losing, parentheses, NFL.
Good.
I wasn't sure if you want that one specific
Nope,
or not.
that's- you did great.
Whatever sport will ruin your day the most if your team loses. Finally, Mac, we have getting shot, dropping food and just ruining it. Your house burning down, your dog getting hit by a car, and getting fired.
I kind of went a little bit darker.
I was going to say,
I
like,
went a little more hardcore.
I was a little lighthearted with mine, but those things are definitely like the worst ones
I think
that could
it's
happen to you.
I think it's a 2-horse race between me and you. I really do.
You don't
because-
think his horrible things that could happen
I
to
don't
you?
know.
Well, the essence
ours
of the
are like-
question is what would ruin your day? If you slept past your alarm, it ruins your day. You wake up the next day and it's forgotten about. Getting shot would maybe ruin
Your house
ears
burning
for a
down.
while.
And getting fired. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yours are like week to month to year ruining.
Yeah.
A house burning down, that's like a lifetime of ruin.
That's true. I'll take that criticism.
Man, that was what a draft. I liked it. That was a fun
that
one.
was fun.
That was a good time. Do you have another sponsor for us?
No, I just had the two. Just
Okay,
two in
well,
one
I
shot.
guess we're going to move into our final segment then, and just do the Mick Pick 3. And this week we're looking at the odds, and there's nothing for Saturday. Like everything's Friday. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our picks for Friday. We're going to post that on our Instagram. And by the time you're hearing this, those games would already have been over. So, hopefully you're following our Instagram. You saw it. If you want to tag along, tail those bets with us. But if not, follow the Instagram in case we have to do this again, so you can see our picks and make sure that you get them in if you want to. It's at micmacjoe.pod on Instagram. So yeah, we'll be posting it there. We post there every week when we make our picks.
So a quick little tidbit about why we're doing this, just so it makes sense. If you know about sports betting, if you're just kind of like in it because it's fun or whatever, you can usually get game lines a day before, even 2 days before. But that even sometimes is a stretch. And then specifically, you don't get player props very soon at all. And I've actually had a lot of requests from some people on my Snapchat story to talk about my gambling, because I've done a lot of gambling in my life. I've done a lot of sports betting. And when I say a lot, boys, I mean a lot. We'll get into detail. I think on probably the podcast Seth is on, because he also has gambled a lot. And we can kind of talk about how I went through and made my money gambling, sports betting specifically. And we'll talk more in detail about how those odds on game day really do matter. But we don't want to give you guys forced picks, bad picks. We want to try on this. We want to make our guys some money. So, sorry to go tangent off on that, but maybe that didn't make sense to some of the viewers. Listeners, I should say.
All right, so I guess we'll just get right into the picks then. So for me, my hockey guy was just telling me that one of the better shooters for the Minnesota Wild is hurt right now. So we are going to Colorado. We're taking Minnesota Wild versus the Colorado Avalanche. In Colorado, we're taking Avalanche -1.5 at +108 odds. So that means that the Avalanche have to win by 2 or more goals.
Yeah, our boy Shrimp Kaprizov. That's a joke if you know his first name. Carson gets it.
Yep.
And we'll leave that to the viewers. But I know it's the McPick 3 and you guys can veto this, but I'm going to make one pick of 2 different games. So it's literally 2 picks, and I'm just gaslighting you into thinking it's one pick.
The McPick 2?
Yeah, this is the McPick 2. But the reason I'm talking about this is because they're kind of correlated. I'm riding with the Ivy Leagues and a little bit of college hoops. March is here, boys. We're going to take Princeton over Columbia money line, and we're going to take Cornell over Penn money line. That's -410, -210. Put them together, smack them in your parlay. Those 2 together make it -120. So I wanted to get there. Ivy Leagues show up when it's March time. I know it's not March. Fuck Punxsutawney Phil. I hate that little fucker.
So you've said Princeton over Columbia and who?
Princeton over Columbia, and then Cornell over
Penn. All right. And Mr. Mac, what you got?
I'm going back to the well. Last week I gave y'all a NASCAR pick. It was Christopher Bell top 10. Christopher Bell won the race, so we're going back. We're going back to the well.
What an incredible play!
Yeah,
give yourself some credit. That's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
Toyota's qualified like garbage. They started the race like garbage. I was watching the first probably half of the race before I went to play hockey last Sunday, and I think Christopher Bell was hanging out right around 17th or so. But they got their car better, and he ended up taking the race in overtime.
There you
go. So this week, I'm going to go. We got the Echo Park, Texas Grand Prix. We're at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. We got a road course. I'm going to go with William Byron top 5 at +125. William Byron boat raced the field last year. I know it's a slightly different track configuration this year, but with how well he led the most laps. He started on the pole and he won the race. So I think William Byron top 5. He's got the I think 5th best odds to win, tied for the 4th best odds to win. And I mean, with how well he is on road courses and with how well he did on this course last year, I think that a William Byron top 5 is what I'm going to go with.
We don't shy away from our losses. Our parlay missed 50%. So I want to talk about my read. My read was that Matthews was going to come back to the NHL with the fire under his ass, and boy, was I wrong. That dude sucks, I guess. I don't know what to say. 2 shots on net as the guy. I don't think the Four Nations tournament was a fluke. He looked bad. He always has looked bad. I hate Austin Matthews. I'm kidding. He's a good player, but that was annoying.
Yeah, my read was team from Colorado versus team from Nashville. So that was it. we lost. But this time it's team from Minnesota versus team from Colorado. But Colorado's home this time.
And the Avs
are not on the road.
Play good at home.
Play good at home. And they got an injured player on the Wild. So you were right about Logan. He did soul read.
He soul reads
Minnesota Wild versus Detroit in Detroit money line. So that was nice.
Yeah, well, that game was a win in overtime.
Logan's got good sports intuition. I always kind of respect what he has to say.
It's just a puck knower, I guess.
He's a ball knower in general. He's wrong about James Harden. Yeah, Logan, I know you listen to these. You're wrong about James Harden.
All right. So our picks are Colorado Avalanche, -1.5 on the spread. Princeton moneyline, Cornell moneyline, and William Byron, top 5 finisher. That puts us at plus 759, $10 to win $75.94. We'll have that posted on the Instagram so you guys can see that a little bit earlier before this podcast gets posted. But it was a fun one. I had it was a good topic for the draft. I love that, Mac. Thank you for selecting that.
Of course.
Schmike's Printing, thank you for suggesting that we do a serial tier list. That was awesome. I had fun with that. Great ads. Great episode. I loved it. It's fun.
Good banter.
Good
Good random topics that got thrown in there. We learned a little bit about visualization, I thought. So you can tell, if your boss says, hey, why are you listening to a podcast at work and not doing your job? You say, this is informational. You say, this is an educational podcast I'm listening to. I'm growing my brain.
This is an enlightenment podcast.
And then he says, let me listen to that. And then they're talking about why the Dollar General fucking sucks. And he's like, you know what? You're right. That is good advice. Don't use the Dollar, or sorry, not the Dollar General, the General. Don't use the General for your insurance needs.
Dude, I love going into I know that we're wrapping up, but I love going into like dollar stores and just seeing what funky shit you can get for $1.
It's so fun to do. On like sports trips, like when you're in high school and stuff, and even college. I remember we went into one in Vegas or something. I came out with like this basically Hawaiian hat. Yeah. Like a lay around it. I still have it.
Dude, okay. So I used to go there in college to get like mac and cheese and shit because you can just get food for $1. Okay. It's a pretty good maneuver.
Well, it's the $1.25 treat now.
Yeah, that's true. But I one time went into one of them. I don't remember. It wasn't like a chain, like a Dollar General, but I went into one and it had steak for $1 and I didn't trust it. I looked at it and it looked like it was cut straight from a xenomorph. So yeah. You
gotta be careful because some of that food is like expired too. You gotta take a look before you buy that.
Yeah. So I'm good with sticking to getting like mac and cheese, fucking microwavable shit.
Yeah.
But
I want to go back to the boss thing real quick and redo what I said. He takes your headphones and he hears which fast food restaurant do you want to jack off in?
Hardee's at 8. That's outrageous. I've jerked off at a lot of Hardee's, and it's at least a 9, I would say.
Oh man, this is fun. I love doing this with you guys. I love people who listen. Thank you so much. That's going to do it for us for this episode. We'll see you next week. Where we talk about Danimals and exclusively and Trix yogurt as well.
It's going to be 4 hours on Danimals. It's going to be a 4-hour Danimal podcast.
Bro, you remember when the Sprouse twins did like the Danimal ads?
Oh, is that what their name is?
Well, Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Like the,
yeah,
like from Sweet
like
Life.
The Crush Cups.
Yeah,
dude.
Oh.
Dude, fuck a Crush Cup though. They were not good.
No, dude, just get a spoon. Be a civilized.
Be a man.
Instead of a case of beer, my mom's sponsor is just going to be a case of Danimals.
Crush Cups.
Crush Cups. Hell
Crush
yeah.
Cups.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Love you.
Love you.